Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Any new? Anyone new or same?
I think only Ishwar and I are there right now.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. And yesterday we are. Sorry. Yesterday was Sunday here. And day before yesterday, that's day one. We have seen the overview of Amazon. Today starts the introduction, and from today we will be having all the introduction sections, theory part, and later on we will see the practical too in the coming sessions. First we will complete the theory, then we will get into the practical, so that you will get an overview of all the infrastructure what Amazon does, and you will be having all the practical sessions on time to time, and you can, in whatever the real time experience what I will share all my experience to you, and you can grab a job. That's a great thing you can have here in this sessions. Okay, and you want more theory or practical? Just I want to ask you people,
Practical.
you want practical?
Yeah, both.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
both.
You are okay, fine, both. Yeah, introduction to Amazon today's session. And yesterday we had one session on cloud computing. That is yesterday I said all you already. I said you. It's uh, you can see why in this slide you can see that cloud computing. Here you can see all the what Amazon does is it's compute, scale, security, CDN, backup, DNS storage, load balancing, monitoring, networking, everything it does. And you can see SaaS, software as a service, example Google Docs, as I said you, groups, Microsoft Cloud, that is 365, Office 365, example, and PaaS, platform as a service, that is EC2, Amazon EC2, Windows, you can OS versions, Linux, and there are instance types like small instance, big instances, and it has 24 by 7 support, everything it has. 6 locations in the worldwide Amazon has, and infrastructure IaaS is a infrastructure as a service, that is Amazon is one of part of it, and there are some other clouds like VM cloud, Google cloud, and other stuff examples. And STaaS is a storage as a service. It is like S3 in Amazon. Okay. And in cloud computing, we have different types of like what you pay is on demand, uniform, pay as you go, and available. And most probably Amazon will go into the, you can see this, it's a difference between the traditional infrastructure and the Amazon web service. Traditional infrastructure, whatever the other service providers they give as security, network, servers, storage, and database. But when coming to Amazon, you can see all the security levels in one level, networking into the one level, servers into the one, and storage and database into the other levels. Okay. In security level, you have security groups where you can manage and create all the security groups there. Access management, as I said, it's a IAM role plays. IAM, don't confuse here in third block you can see AMI, that is different, and IAM is different. IAM is access management, AMI is a image. In the networking, it's a public EC2, and ELB is place, role, and VPC. But VPC is a virtual private cloud. And in servers, EC2s are called instances in technical term. And storage and databases, as you can see, elastic block storage, S3, and data RTS database. And here it's a Amazon management console. You can look into here. From here, these are the global overview. Your application will be on the first level. Next, in the backend, you will have deployment and management, and application server and networking. Application server and networking take care by Amazon. It provides all the application services and networking. Deployment and management, that is comes to the uh, development part, and your application will be in the deployment, this first level. Web interface, then you can see all these things when you log in into the management console. You can operate all these services in the GUI mode as well as into the CLI mode. Okay.
Yeah.
And Amazon has regions and edge locations. This is the present 2016 regions. It has regions and number of availability. New regions coming up, like green circles are new regions they are coming into, and India is one of the part of it. And US has more regions there when compared to other regions. Uh, Regions and availability zones. The AWS cloud operates 30 availability zones with 7 geographic regions around the world, with at least 10 more availability zones and 5 more regions coming in 2016. As I said, as of March, it has only 51. It has 51 AWS edge locations and 10 AWS regions. You can see here it has 10. All the orange circles are regions. What is a region called? Why we say it as a region? A region is a physical location in the world where we have multiple availability zones. Yesterday you have seen one box type in the US, Asia Pacific. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a region where it is a physical location of one availability zone, two availability zone, three availability zone. Regions are used to run applications and workload to reduce latency to end user. If you are in US, you can select your region as a US. If I am in India, I will select my region as Singapore because my nearest location will be Singapore. Okay. So the cost of the latency will reduce when you select your nearest region. Okay. And you can maintain
Yeah.
there itself. And see, you can workload to reduce latency to end user while avoiding the upfront expenses, long-term commitments, scaling changes associated with maintaining and operating a global infrastructure. If you select the nearest region, you can give much cost cutting better in that infrastructure management. Availability zone consists of one or more discrete data centers, each with redundant power, networking, connectivity, housed in separate facilities. The availability zone offers you the ability to operate production application database which are more highly available, fault tolerant and scalable than we would be possible from a single data center. Availability zone is like one. There are number of availability zones in one region, right? A, B, C. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If when you are going to load balancer, or if you are using one or more two instances, one instance will be in one availability zone and another will be in availability zone 2, because when the application goes down in a server, a instance, that can be mapped to second instance. There we can balance the user without any downtime. So we use all availability zones as uptime to make the application uptime based on the architecture what we design for the customer. Edge locations helps lower latency and improves performance for end user. Two of ours, these are the Route 53 and CloudFront are the, CloudFront is nothing but CDN servers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one, US region, global regions. In US region, you can see it has more regions when compared to other regions. US, it has 4 regions, especially for government. They have US government cloud. It is a separate only, it will be accessible to only government. This policy and terms conditions vary from other regions what we use in daily activities. US East, US West, US West. It in the first region you can see in US East, you can see A, B, C, D. So that your instances, when you scale up the instances like web servers or the um, whatever the EC2s what you manage, that can be into the 4 availability zones. You can manage all the into the 4 locations. When you can see into the global regions, you can see only 3 A, B, C are there. And in Australia, you can see in that is in Sydney, you have 2. In Europe, you have 2 in the Ireland. Okay. Here the customer decides where the application should be and data should be there. Amazon, AWS regions and availability zone. You can see Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute are offered by region. All regions have at least 2 availability zones for redundancy. That is to balance the application. We choose 2 availability zones. Minimum is 2. Availability zones are analogous clusters of data centers where natural disaster or fault illness are a consideration. We isolate them to that they are not easily affected at the same time. There is a single digit millistone fiber between availability zones. There is a in the back end of the availability zones, there is a connectivity between each and every data center where your if one instance goes down, the other will be uptime anytime. It will be up. If your second also goes down, within that fraction of seconds, you can launch another instance either by automatically or manually. You will be getting all the notifications when the instance is down, so that you can launch another instance within the 3 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Here in security, now it's a security delivers a high scalable cloud computing platform which is highly available and reliable, and the flexibility to enable customer to build a wide range of applications in order to provide end-to-end security and end-to-end privacy. AWS builds service in accordance with security best practice, provides appropriate security features in those services, and documents how to use those features. Here in security, it has, for example, in security, you can say VPN, VPC, IP tables, managing IP tables. All this comes under security. You can manage, if you want to restrict one IP, you can restrict one IP. If you want to give access to one particular local IP, in that location, you can get an access to one, you can give an access to one particular IP. Okay. That is called end-to-end security and end-to-end privacy. AWS customers must use those features and best practice to architect an appropriately secure application environment, enabling customer to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, availability of their data utmost importance to the AWS as it is maintaining trust and confidence. AWS is no more consider of your data and no more consider of your securities. What they say is don't give to any credentials to anyone, make it confidential and secure so that your keys will be with you and your accessibility will not be handled with Amazon. Amazon is no more considered with security whatever a customer does in the Amazon management console. Okay. If you are enabling port 82 worldwide with 0.0.0.0, Amazon says you have opened your port 280 as 0.0, make it secure by using another port. It says, but it does not. They will not support any open ports. Whatever the changes you are making into the application. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. AWS provide a wide range of information regarding its IT control environment to the customer through white papers, reports, certifications, and other third-party attestations. The information assist customer is undertaken under understanding the control in place relevant to AWS service they use and how those controls have been validated by independent auditors. Amazon has their own auditors inside from the back end. They will audit all. If you are taking a business support, they will audit all the validations and everything. Like PCI audit, there is one security audit, PCI audit. You may be aware of it. The application audit. There are so many different types of audits which goes and Amazon will take care of all those things. If the application or the server has any issue, they will push an email or they will intimate you to make it secure. And here it is a shared responsibility Amazon's, and AWS will handle compute. They will from the infrastructure part they will handle the compute, storage, database, networking, availability zones and regions in the edge locations. What the customer does is their data platform is like Java, PHP, .NET, that those goes on. Application is like whatever their application, that is a mobile application, web application, or any other SaaS based application. That depends. Identity and access management, as I said you, it is a key user management. It's like you are creating a user, you are giving the access. Operating system is like OS, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, everything comes under operating system. Network and firewall comes under VPC, VPN, IP routing, security groups, that all comes under NECure. That all control will be into the customer hands. That is a into the administration part of the industry. Okay, when you get into the company, you will manage top Amazon, this cloud compute, storage, everything. And if you are into the administration, you will handle this customer as well as AWS. If you are into the development of any part, you will be in the part of application and platform. That's it. And here you can see the client side data encryption, data integrity authentication. Server side encryption is file system and data. Network protection, traffic protection is encryption and integrity. Here each and every physical data centers has 24/7 trained security guards. Location of node scripting, and undisclosed facilities. Two-factor authentication will be having each and every physical data center. Authentication, authorization of for data center access will be no more to any other third parties. Here it is a AWS security and compliance resource. API access points for encryption transmission over HTTPS using SSL. Here you can, for any web application or mobile application, you can use HTTPS with a SSL authentication. There you have to give your authentication part with the HTTPS key. That is a public key, private key, chain key. You have to assign the key to the HTTPS protocol. Okay. Any clarifications?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because theory will be huge. When you get into the practical, you will enjoy the sessions. That is not a problem. Here this is the basic things you have to know when you enter into the practical sessions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Here in the SSL part, it in the backend it has a cryptographic keys and certifications are required to for any user or software program to access AWS APIs. Security groups to let you control external access to your instance. For example, if you want to access your instance from outside the world, you have to give some security group and you have to enable SSH port from your end. This is a SSL endpoint secure transmission, establishing secure communications sessions, HTTPS using SSL. As I said, you to enable HTTPS, you require private key, public key, encrypted keys you need, that will be enabling the SSL endpoints. Security group is a instance firewall. Configure firewall rule for instance load balancer using security groups. Here you can manage all the rules, like you want to enable port 80, port 443, you want to SSH, enable SSH, you can enable SSH. You want to disable SSH for public and you want to access for only particular your IP, your network IP. You can enable and disable. All those changes can be done in security group. Okay. And that can be each and every security group you can manage, you can add it to the instance or else load balancers you can manage there. Here you can see in this, it is a multi-tier security group. Here you can see example HTTPS port 80 and 443 only open to the internet. Here you can see EC2, web tier, application tier, data tier, and elastic block storage. As I said you, it is a drives, separate drives. Here for RDP or SSH, you can open the port for engineering staff. For only one location, access to Bastion host. Only for one host, it has been opened. Only Bastion host people can handle SSH. No other locations can log in into the servers. Here it has DB sync to the database tier. And all other internet ports are blocked by default. By default, Amazon will block everything. Even the mail server port 25, it will be not open to the world. They have restrictions to the port 25. If you want to open the email port, you have to make a separate request to open that 25 port to your accessibility. Here you can see the web tier security group can accept traffic on port 80 from anywhere on the internet if you select 00. Alternatively, it may make more sense to only accept the traffic from a load balancer. If you are mentioning 00, it is uh, open to the world. And if you are making EC2 to accept the traffic from ELB, whatever the traffic comes to the ELB, that comes to the EC2. Okay. Similarly, the app tier only accept the traffic from the web tier, and the DB tier can only accept the traffic from app tier. Here we have added the set of rules to allow the remote administration over SSH port 22. We have restricted remote traffic from all the traffic for the app tier, allowing access only from a specific IP. Okay.
Yeah.
Here is the identity and access management. Here you can manage all the user accounts, creating individual AWS identity and access management. Even for the AWS console, management console, administrator will be different, and a user can be a different. If you want to manage the console for different users with a different access, you can manage by using IAMs. If you are an admin, you want your any staff to manage the console, you can give access. You can create a user, you can give access to the EC2 itself, or else to the S3 itself, or else you can give access to the database itself. They can't create any instances, they can't create access any other resource apart from what the restrictions you are making to one particular user. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you can see. Here you can see these are the users. They are logging via management console using IAMs to the AWS account. Here master IAM accounts means master administrator should not give your access to the production purpose. You have to create another user, and you yourself should use that access management key, so that you can have a logs where you can get who have been logged into the account. You can manage all those things. You can create a group. If you are into the development, you can create a group development, and you can create users into the development. If there are any other system admins, you can create a admin group. You can give access to the admin group itself. There you can manage users. Inside that users, you will be having encrypted key. That encrypted key only, whoever has that encrypted key, those people can access the management console. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Here VPC subnet control in your virtual private cloud. You can create low level net